Hello, in this video we're going to talk about two more practical problems about bearing, two level 2 questions. So here is the 4 tools we mentioned in the last video. So this one first, you may pause the video and read the questions yourself. All the given information are written on the graph, and then part A, you need to find out the distance between P and R. Okay, part A, you need to find out all the distance between P and R, means you need to find out this one. Okay, this one. And you can see that the triangle PQR is not a right angle triangle. Okay, it's not a right angle triangle. It is not given as a right angle triangle. But if it is, you may find the distance of PR by Pythagoras theorem, right? So the first step I would like to do is try to find out this angle first, if it is a right angle, and then all the problems are solved. If it is not, then try to think about any other methods. Okay, we need to find out the right angle first. This is 58. The first choose alternate angle. This is 58 also. Can you see it? Okay, you have a big letter set here. You have a big letter set here. So this is 58 again. So you know that 32, 58, and the sum of all here should be 180. Should be 180. Therefore, you can calculate that the right angle is 180 minus 32 minus 58, which is exactly 90 degrees. So yes, problem solved. This is 90 degrees, so you may find the PR by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, write it once again as the solution. I mark this one as X, this one as Y. Yes, enough. So part A, X equals to 58 degrees, and the reason behind is alternate angle. You may skip the reason. Okay, so I use orange color and other one. And then Y equals to 180 minus 32 minus 58. Reason behind actually is adjacent angles on straight line. You may skip the reason, which is finally 90 degrees. Therefore, you know that, okay, triangle PQR is a right angled triangle. So you may apply Pythagoras theorem, the fourth tools, to find out the distance of PR. So PR square equals to 100 square plus 240 square. This is Pythagoras theorem. I suggest you to write down Pythagoras theorem here. And then by your calculator, the answer should be PR 260, exactly 260. So the distance between PR is 260 meter. So part A, like this. And then for part B, I use another color. Find the bearing of R from P. Let me clean this one first. Of R from P, so I draw a cross on P. This one. We just talked about we need to find out the bearing, but not specified as compass bearing or true bearing. Means you can choose. You can either give me your answer in compass bearing or true bearing. Okay, for me, I would like to use compass bearing, because if I can find out this angle, then I can answer the questions in compass bearing without further calculation. So how can you find out this one? The red angle marked it here. Let me draw it once again. Right, you need to find the red angle here. The red angle here is not a whole interior angle of the triangle, so it is difficult for you to find. So for me, I'll try to consider the whole angle here first. And then minus the left part. And actually, you know that the left part is 32 degrees. Alternate angles again. If you can't see it, let me mark it for you. Okay, can you see it? You have a letter set here. Therefore, the blue one is 32. So our problem goes to how to find out the orange angle here. The orange angle, this one. The orange angle is one interior angle of the right angle triangle here, so you may use sine, cosine, or tangent to find it out. And you have 100, you have 240, and you need to find out the orange angle here, so should be tangent ratio. Let me write down my solution here. Clean it first and draw it once again. Let me mark this one as A, this one as B this time, A and B. So part B, the solution, part B. The first one, angle A equals to 42 degrees, and you know that the reason behind is alternate angle. And then second one, tangent A plus B, where A should be 42, so let me replace A by 42, plus B equals to 240 divided by 100, tangent ratio. So 42 degrees plus B is approximately equals to this one. Keep it as accurate as you can, so copy all the decimals, all the digits in your calculator. And finally, minus 43 to the right hand side, you have B equals to this one. As B is the final angle we need, and the question asks you to correct in 3SF, so I kept here as 3SF is enough. So therefore, the bearing of R from P is this one. Oops, not this one, because we're writing A. Yes, we are writing compass bearing, so it should be started as S, and then the angle 45.4 degree E. Okay? So you can see that in this example, we use bearing, we use sine, cosine, tangent, we use alternate angle, and Pythagoras theorem, all the 4 tools here. Okay? So let me move this one to the next example. Go with us. To the last example. The last example with questions yourself, and Ricky walks from S towards the road. Okay, let me remind you one thing, similar to that question in level 1 in the last video. The yellow one, this is the whole road, and Ricky stands at as S here at school and walk from S to the road in the shortest distance, right? So it should be the perpendicular distance, because Ricky wants to reach the road as fast as he can. Therefore, he must choose the shortest distance. Shortest distance means we need the perpendicular distance. Okay, so actually you need to construct the orange line like this, and this one should be the path of Ricky. So go back to the question here. Can he reach the road in 30 minutes? So you need to find out the distance between S and the road first. You need to find out this distance. Let me write the angle here. You need to find out the distance D first. And actually, I hope you can recognize that this format is similar to the form of this picture. Actually, it's similar to one question we talked about in last online video. Some typical difficult question. You have one right angle triangle. You have one right angle triangle here. You have another one right angle triangle here, and the information given should be the difference between two sides of those two right angle triangle, which is similar to the booklet in the last session. This question 10.2. You can see that you have one right angle triangle here, you have another right angle triangle here, and the information given is the distance here between the difference of two sides of two right angle triangles. So actually you may follow this step. The first one, express them and then set up an equation. So go back to that question. So our way to do it is, okay, mark the distance as D. The first step, you need to express PQRS, let me mark this one as T, PT and QT in terms of D respectively. And then the second one, you may use PT minus QT equals to H to set up an equation for finding D. Okay, this is my path. But this time, as you need to determine something, so you need to give me the final answer also. So never mind, find out the value of D first, important. The first one. Okay, no. Tangent 90 degree minus 70. Actually, I'm referring to the angle here. This is 20, you know that? Equals to PT divided, equals to D divided by PT. Therefore, PT should be D over tangent 20 degree. And then second one, let me use another color. Tangent 90 degree minus 40. This one, you know that? This is 50, okay? 90 minus 40 equals to QT divided, make the same mistake, sorry. D divided by QT. Therefore, QT should be D divided by tangent 50 degree. So now you expressed QT and PT in terms of D now. So goes to the second part, set up an equation and try to solve it. Use blue. So you know that PT minus QT equals to 8 km, and then substitute PT and QT by the expression we have. And then now you can factorize the D out. So D equals to this one. And now you can input this one into your calculator directly and try to find out the answer. $20.50. And then this one, it should be 4. But you know that this is not your final answer, because finally you need to compare the time required with 14 minutes. So keep it as accurate as you can. Let me write the solution here. Okay, now you need to calculate the time that Ricky needs. So the time required is, be careful, one more difficulty here. The speed given here is in the unit of meter per second, but the distance you have here is in the unit km, so you need to convert to the correct unit first. Let me convert D here, the distance here, back to meter. So this one, convert it back to meter, so times 1000 divided by the speed. So actually this is the time in what unit? In, you can see that the unit here is S, so in second. And then I want to compare the unit with 30 minutes, so I need to change it back to minutes. But never mind, I can calculate the answer first. So now here, this is the answer I get. This is in second. So now further convert it to minutes. So divide it, convert to minute, means you have to divide it by 60. It's this one in 3SF. Give me unit. Therefore, which is less than 30 minutes given. Therefore, you agree. You agree, you agree, you agree means he can. Okay, so this is the full solution of example 18, and you can see that in this example we used bearing, we used cycle-side tangent, and just these two. But a typical difficult question you need to do in these two steps. Okay, this is not the first time you see it, so try to learn it. Okay, bye.